When I recently unboxed this package from Maybelline with 10 of their serum lipsticks, I thought, you know what? It's time to do a good old-fashioned swatch party. Now, I have already been loving 3 of these shades because I purchased these right when they first launched, and I've really enjoyed them. But now I am really interested to get into a couple more shades. There's a lot of deep shades, some brighter shades. So let's go ahead and swatch them all. And you can all tell me which ones you think look best on me. And if you have a personal favorite, if you've used these, I'm curious to know what is your favorite shade. All right, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna start with the matte shades. The first shade, which is 001 Crop Top. And this is one I already purchased for myself. And you can see it is a very peachy nude shade. So a little more on the peach side than brown, but I love this one, especially paired with a lip liner. This matte formula is very light, airy, breathable. It does not feel drying on the lips, and it does last for a good amount of time on the lips. However, you are going to get transfer, so it's not a lockdown matte that's going to stay for 24 hours, but it is very long wearing. It gives the lips a nice kind of slightly blurred look, but you can still see fine lines and texture on the lips. Number 002, Maybe It's. That is a beautiful, almost terracotta color, but because it's matte, it's muted, and I don't know, I really love this color. 003, Open Late. Ooh, this is pretty. This is a beautiful rosy red color. It just has a slightly muted tone to it that makes it a lot less scary for being a brighter, more saturated color. And again, the formula, as I was putting on this one especially, just feels so balmy and hydrating and just soft on the lips. 005, Take the One. Ooh, I really like this one. So this has a little more pink to it than 002. So side by side, you can really see, I think, the difference there between those two. They're similar, but on the lips, 002 just appeared a little more of a terracotta color, whereas this one, I think that there's a little more pink coming through. Again, that's 005. Since I'm going in numerical order to swatch these, I'm going to insert here 006, which is actually not a color that they sent me. So they didn't send me the entire line, but a good representation. So here is 006, Hold the Door. And this is a very kind of neutral, mid-tone brown shade. It's so pretty, and I love this one kind of topped with a little bit of gloss in the center. But again, 006, Hold the Door. The final matte shade I have to swatch for you is 008, Excuse Me. Funny, okay. A little lighter and warmer than 006, and personally on me especially, I prefer 006, but I know certain people would prefer a warmer brown shade, so this is for you. Moving into the satin lip colors, I'm going to start off with number 101 Upstate, which is one that I had already previously purchased. And this, you can see, has a nice neutral, cooler taupey tone. Cooler pinky taupe is how I would describe this. And it is one of my favorites. And you're gonna notice with these satin shades, we do have that slight little bit of shine coming through, while the matte shades slide on like a balm, almost like a chapstick balm. These satin shades, they slide on like butter. Now again, I'm going in numerical order, not color order. So number 104, maybe it's intense, and this is intense. So that is a beautiful but very deep brick red shade, I would say, or a brick brown. A little more brown than red, but there's definitely some reddish tones in there. Good coverage overall on the lip. Definitely one I would pair with a lip liner though. 105 Speedwalk. I think this is even darker than the last one. Ooh, yes, definitely darker and deeper than the last one and more brown. So definitely a real statement lip color on me. Not something I'm gonna reach for on the daily, but if you have deeper skin tones, this would be beautiful on you. 106, we go light again, and this is the shade Maybe It's Soft. So we had Maybe It's Intense, and now Maybe It's Soft. This one definitely has some sheerness, which makes me feel like I need to build it up a little bit. That is a beautiful peachy nude color, slightly less peachy than the crop top shade in the matte version, but still nice and neutral, but warmer for sure. The final shade I have to swatch is 107 Blind Date. Again, one that seemed a little sheerer, so I felt like I needed to build it up a bit, but that is a beautiful, ooh, I don't even know how to describe that color. A little brown, a little rosy, a little satin. I almost feel like this is the satin version maybe of Take the One, but still unique in tone and color as well. Okay, I went back and applied 003 Open Late. And I think this is one of my new favorites. So let me give you top 5 because I have 3 in the mattes and 2 in the satins. So ironically, even though I had bought 101 Crop Top, after trying these other shades, I feel like these are a little more flattering. So I have 003, 005, Take the One, and 006, Hold the Door. And then in the satin formula, my 2 favorites there are number 101 Upstate, which I also own that lip liner, love it, and 106 Maybe It's Soft. I think that is another beautiful shade and just kind of nice and rosy neutral. So let's talk about the packaging and the scent on these. The packaging, I think, is just a little extra special for being drugstore. We have the pink tone indicates that it's a satin finish, and the gray are the matte formulas. I love how Maybelline put a color on the bottom along with the color name, and the color name, hallelujah, I can read it without my glasses. But I love that we can see the color on the bottom of the lipstick. So if you store your lipsticks upside down in your purse or in a drawer, you can easily grab the right color and you don't have to pick it up and try and squint to read the color. Now these are a click closure, and what's important to note is you do have to line up the appropriate letters with the appropriate side. So on this side we have Lean, L-L-I-N-E, and this will not click closed if you have it turned backwards. So just a little note, make sure you're paying attention that you've got the appropriate letters lined up. Also, these have a wonderful soft vanilla scent. So overall, I have been a big fan of this new formulation from Maybelline, and I think it's just a matter of color preference and finish. Now, I do hope that they expand this line because personally, you know, I love those little lighter nude neutral colors, and I also would like to see them incorporate a few more cooler toned shades. I feel like there's maybe 2 in here that are cooler toned. The rest are a little more on the warm side. So just note that if you are a cooler toned fair skin gal and you don't like a ton of color on your lips, you are going to be limited as far as the range of colors, but hopefully they're going to add on to this range. And again, I feel like whether you choose a matte or a satin, the matte is going to last a little bit longer, and I do feel like it leaves a hint of maybe a little bit of a stain behind, but both feel emollient and moisturizing on the lips, and I don't feel like the matte formula overly emphasizes lip texture, so if that's something that concerns you, I think you're safe with either one. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you've been interested in these lipsticks, hopefully the information and the swatches I shared with you today will help you make a good purchase decision. Huge thank you to Maybelline for sending these my way. I always love getting a PR package like that. It's just so much fun, and I'd love to be able to share it with you. As always, I will link the lipsticks in the description box down below, and I'll link them at whichever retailers are currently selling them. When I first bought mine, I could only find them at Target, but I think they've expanded now, maybe to Amazon, Ulta, Walmart, I don't know, but I'll find out and link them for you down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.